king, I told you. Hop in and let the journey begin. Well, I was planning on playing an intro song and, having it coming soon and all that on the OBS, but it's fucking up. And I didn't feel like troubleshooting it. So anyway, here we are. Welcome back. Darth Buallz and Bourbon. First video I've done in quite a while, probably at least a month, probably 2 months. I have recorded another video probably a month and a half ago. Actually, yeah, it was like mid-December. Never got to editing it, never uploaded it, holidays and, being a lazy piece of shit, those all play a factor. So anyway, welcome back. Hope you're having a good night. Hope you're having a good Friday. I have a random chance to have no wife, no kid here tonight. So I figured I'd play music loud, which I've been doing for the last three-ish hours. Actually, 2.5, somewhere around there. And anyway, this is a blind I've been planning on doing for, like I said, at least a month, probably 2 months. I wanted to do a 12-year, some semi-rare things, some things you can find on the shelf. So in all truth, I had meant to do what I have here. So I've got Evan Williams, 12-year, Heaven Hill. So this is only available in Japan. It's export only. This is thank you to Adam. Adam, thank you. So he grabbed this in Japan, I want to say for like 40-ish bucks is the conversion, somewhere between 30 and 40 bucks. And then I think I paid maybe 50 or 60 just for the additional like shipping or packing, etc. I think on secondary it's about $1.50, somewhere thereabouts, give or take. In that same regard, Wild Turkey 12-year, which is an export only from Japan. This one I think I got 2 years ago. I think 2 years. No. I take that back. Adam, once again, helped coordinate a buddy of ours, Rich, if you happen to be watching, thank you, getting like a whole bunch of these shipped directly from Japan. So we ended up getting like a wholesale cost of, I want to say 135, 150, somewhere around there. Either way, it was a little under what secondary cost was. I ended up bowing out because I'd never had it. And I was like, no, I'm good. And now when it came with the box and everything, and then I tried it after and I realized I fucked up. So this one I actually bought at my first trip down to Louisville, Bardstown last June. So June 2024. I bought this at Neat. So they go through the trouble of shipping it back to them so that they can then sell it as a distributor or liquor store kind of thing. But it still was about the same cost. I think I paid 150 or 160, somewhere around there, plus tax. But Wild Turkey 12-year. So this is 12-year Wild Turkey distillate. This one is in Japan only. Both of those, obviously, very good. This one, homegrown. Everyone, usually can find it. A lot of people are sitting on a bunch of them, end up trying to trade them. 1792 in general gets a lot of shit. I wouldn't say shit. I mean, I think it was initially well regarded. Now I think a bunch of people buy it and then they end up trading it essentially or selling it essentially for almost retail cost because there's not a desire for it. Speaking for me personally, I love 1792. Barton Juice is my jam for the most part. I will say, I think the only one I've had I didn't really love was a single barrel that I thought it was ass. And I think I ended up trading it or selling it. I did try another single barrel store pick, 100 proof bottled and bond version or whatever it is, I think from Aaron. So Aaron, if you're watching, thank you. That one was excellent. And I've tried at least one other one that was really good. But this one is the 12-year. So that's, and I didn't mention the proof, but the Evan Williams is 101 proof. Wild Turkey 12 is also 101 proof. This one is a little lower at 96.6, but Barton 1792 12-year. And then this is the other one I've got in the blind. So this is Jack Daniel's 12-year batch 2. A lot of people shit on batch 2 and say batch 1 was the fucking best. But that's how it goes with batches. People have preferences. Unfortunately, that's how it goes. And I can't say that I'm immune to that. But this is Jack Daniel's 12-year batch 2, 107 proof. So it is a little higher than the others. Like I said, truth be told, I intended on doing Weller 12 in this at 90 proof. I intended to do Knob Creek 12-year at 100 proof, I believe, 100 proof. And then there was another one, if I remember correctly. So I was going to do like 6 or 7 of them, which is a lot for a blind. I don't generally recommend it, but they're all lower proof. I was going to do like a ½ ounce of each, and just kind of basically go down the line, which one's the best, move on. That's pretty much what I'm going to do here. Like I said, I had planned on doing this months ago, and I just kept putting it off. And then I realized I don't have a Weller 12. And then I realized my Knob Creek 12 has been gone for at least a year. I've had a little warm-up pour of Remus Gatsby 2023. So this is 98.1 proof, 15-year MGP. These bottles are expensive, but they're incredibly good. So I figured a nice lower-ish proof, but also 12 plus year, 15, to kind of get the palate warmed up would be the play. So this is smelling real good, tasting real good. It's Friday night, so it tastes even better. My wife and kid aren't here, so it tastes even better. So cheers. Cheers, folks. Thanks for watching. Did I just shoot a ½ an ounce? Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I didn't mean to. I was just trying to wet the whole palate so I can move on with the blind. But that's quite good. Also, truth be told, I don't mind this giant straw. And Brittany, sorry. I couldn't find regular straws. I had a Costco bottle of rum and Coke, or I'm sorry, of rum, Kirkland. I wanted to throw it back to, when I used to drink rum and Cokes on the weekend. So, drank a little bit of that. So, palate is a little sweeter because I'm drinking it with Coke Zero. So, that's why I wanted to have a warm-up pour before I started, too. Okay, well, let's get into it. I already mixed these all around. So, I obviously poured them in order, but then from there, did the, follow the ball trick, whatever you want to call it. Just mixed them all around. So these are not in any order that I know of. They have stickers on the bottom so that I can make it clear from the beginning. Whatever one has the pinkish, reddish sticker is Evan Williams. Whatever one has blue is 1792. Whatever one has purple is Wild Turkey 12-year. And whatever has orange, for Coy Hill, is the Jack Daniel's 12-year batch 2. So once again, 101 proof, 96.6 proof, 101 proof, and 107 proof. Let's dive in. First one, nose, pretty nice. Very nice, actually. Okay. I'm not going to give notes. I'm not going to give you what I smell. I'm just going to tell you which one I like best. Then we're going to try them, and I'm going to tell you which one I like best. Simple as that. If I throw you a note, consider it bonus points. This one is also good. Not quite as robust as one. It tastes like a little, or it smells like a little more ethanol-y. So I could see this one maybe being a little higher proof. So maybe like the Evan Williams. Also could be. Okay, we're just going to go down. We'll come back. Man, these all smell good. They got that nice like vanilla oak. Kind of classic, 10 plus year aged. It's smelling nice. Okay. Based off first impressions, number 1, number 2, number 3. Oh, baby. It's getting tough. This is where I make some excuse about having a cold or COVID or something, so I can't smell anything. Also, if you hear my sump pump or ejector going off over and over and over, it's because it snowed for the last week or so. Not a lot of snow, but there's been precipitation. Then today it like rained overnight and pretty much all day. So the sump pump has been going off like nonstop. Smells good too. This one smells sweeter, I think. This is tough. I thought this would be pretty obvious to choose which is which, with Heaven Hill kind of having their distinct smell, Wild Turkey as well, and then obviously the Jack Daniels. But then again, Heaven Hill and both Jack Daniels kind of have some similar like nutty profile. So we're going to go back through, but we're going to kind of go awkwardly. So we're going to start here. Yeah, I think that's Jack Daniels. Actually, maybe not. Trust your gut. We'll come back to it and make guesses. Two is definitely smelling better on the second pass than it was the first. Man, one smells very nice. I still think one is better than two on the nose. Yeah, I agree. Now we'll go back to four. Fuck, now I think that's the Jack Daniels. Actually, no. I think four is either Jack Daniels or Evan Williams. And I think three may be the Barton. That would leave one to be Wild Turkey. I'm not like getting that like profound funk that I usually do with any Wild Turkey, especially like an aged turkey product. Like I said, making excuses here. Drank a rum and Coke and a half. Very sweet. Kind of wrecks your tongue a little bit because it's just sweetness and sweetness on top of sweetness. Anyway, let's try them and let's get it going. But I would say based on nose alone, one is probably number one. I think it could be a toss-up, 3 or 4 as my second and third. And then I think 4 is probably my least favorite. Yeah. Fuck. Now I feel like that might be the Wild Turkey. Whatever. We're just going to try them. We're going to try them. We'll go from there. I think I'm all over the place, and that's okay. Let's start with one. Best nose of the bunch. Colors are all relatively similar. Number one is maybe a little darker, but not by a lot. Now I feel like that's Jack Daniels or Evan Williams. I think that's Jack Daniels, but it might be Evan Williams. Very good. Only because Jack Daniels barrel strength rye has won a lot of blinds for me. I feel like this is probably Jack Daniels because that nose, like I said, it beats the other ones pretty handily. But it's got that big nutty aftertaste. So I think that's probably Jack Daniels. That's quite good, though. Let's do a little clean off. Okay. Initially said it was, actually, I don't even remember. Don't remember. I probably should have wrote this down. That's also nice. It's a nice. Okay. Now on taste, I almost feel like 2 is a little better. And I'm thinking it might be the Wild Turkey, which I did say on the last smell. It's got that really nice balance and great finish. Thinking that's Wild Turkey, thinking that's Jack Daniels. First impressions, nothing is final. A little swish. Hope y'all having a good night. I just wish I knew what my guesses were to start. On nose, I should have wrote them down. I'm an idiot. This is easily the most boring. Still very good. Very good. This is very crushable. I think just with it being boring and crushable compared to 1 and 2, this is probably the 1792. Like I said, still very good. Got that nice, like, oaky, kind of soft vanilla finish. Just not near as long, not near as pungent as 1 and 2. So as of right now, probably 2, which was my least favorite nose, surprisingly, is probably my first on palate. And I think that's the Wild Turkey. I think 1 is my second favorite so far, was my favorite nose, and I think that's the Jack Daniels. Number 3 is my third favorite so far of 3, and I think it was my second or third on the nose, and I think that's probably the 1792 12-year, which means this last one is probably going to be the Evan Williams 12-year, at least if I'm right. We'll see. Oh, that smells really nice. This might, we'll see. Just doing some ASMR for you. Nose on that is excellent. I think that one is also very good. Better finish than 3. Better finish than 3. The initial flavor I didn't necessarily like as much, but it has more character. I think that's probably the Evan Williams 12-year. So I'm going to take one little sip going back through, but as of now, I feel like number 1 is Jack Daniels, which was my favorite nose, is my second palate so far. Number 2, I think, is Wild Turkey 12, was my least favorite nose, surprisingly, I think, but is my favorite so far. Number 3, I think, was my second or third on nose, is my least favorite on palate. And number 4, I think, is Evan Williams 12-year, and it was my second or third on nose, and it is my third favorite on palate so far, I believe. Okay, we're going to go back to 2. Yeah, let's go back to 2. The more I smell it, the more my brain is convinced this is turkey. I hope so. But yeah, that's really good. I like that one a lot. Very good. The palate is a little muted on the back end, but granted, keep in mind I had a warm-up pour, been drinking rum and coke, went down the line, coming back through in a different order. But I think I'm locking that in to be the wild turkey. Oh shit. Hold on, we gotta go here. We gotta go here because we gotta have a different order. This is what I believe to be the Evan Williams 12. Nose is very Heaven Hilly. Very solid. I'm willing to lock those in. Wild turkey, Evan Williams 12. Now we're going to go for the what I suspect to be Jack Daniels. And when I get these all wrong, I'm going to delete the video. That's got to be the Jack Daniels. The only way I could see this being off is if I fucked up the Evan Williams and Jack Daniels. No, that's got to be Jack Daniels. It's 100% Jack Daniels. 100%. That's really good. It's good. And then let's try this. Yeah. I think that's the Barton. I think that's a 1792. My disclaimers before I reveal. I think these are all excellent bottles. They are all, even on secondary, worth less than $150 or thereabouts. The 12-year 1792 is essentially retail, so you could definitely get it under $100. The Evan William and Wild Turkey, I think, are somewhere around 150, 170, maybe tops, shipped to your house. And then the Jack Daniels 12 Batch 2, I want to say is, don't quote me, but I want to say 150, 180, somewhere around there. It's definitely less than it was initially. So all of these bottles, great warm-up pours, or even just great, like you could slam these most of the night because they're 107 proof. They're not going to knock your socks off, but they have a lot of flavor. I think in this group, the 1792, at least what I expect to be, is the least favorite because it's a little lower proofed, which is expected. It's 10 less than, or 11 less than the Jack Daniels, and it's 4 or 5 less than either of the Evan Williams and Wild Turkey. So my least favorite, I think it was my second or third favorite nose, and my least favorite on palate, but also still very good, is Glass 3, which is blue, 1792. So got that one right. 1792 is my least favorite of this group, but it's still very, very good. I love 1792 12-year, especially as a warm-up pour. My third favorite, now I'm drawing a blank. I want to say it was Glass 4. I think Glass 4 was my third favorite, and I suspected this to be the Evan Williams 12-year. Definitely a step above this, the 1792. But not quite as good as either of these two. And I think this is the Evan Williams. We shall see if it's red. pink, whatever. Yep. So that's the Evan Williams 12 year. It's excellent. Once again, it meets the same criteria of the first, that it's you're not going to get blasted off of drinking a couple pours of this or drinking this as your warm up pour. It's very good. I wish it was available domestically, but it's not. It's like I said, about 150, I think, secondary, since it's only available in Japan. This one, like I said, I got significantly less. Thank you, Adam. But yeah, still very, very good. So as of now, 1792 12 year is my fourth favorite, was my second or third favorite nose. Evan Williams 12 year was my second or third favorite nose and my third favorite of the group. And then my second runner up was Glass One, which did have the best nose. But like I said, it's very obviously Jack Daniels to me. And if I get this wrong, then I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit whiskey tubing. But I think this is the Jack Daniels 12 year, so it should be orange. There we go. ADHD whiskey, eat your heart out. I may be the next world's top whiskey taster. But yeah, very, very good. Jack Daniels, I dare you to put it in any blind if you do a barrel proof bourbon or a barrel proof rye, or in this case, the 12 year or the 10 year, or even like down here, the twice barreled rye, 100 proof. One of my favorite pours I've ever had of rye. So good. Jack Daniels does a lot of really good things. I will say I was one of the people to be like, oh, Jack Daniels, they don't make premium whiskey. They make Old Number 7 and you mix it with Coke, and degenerates drink it. And by degenerates, I'm a degenerate. I mean, alcoholics drink Jack Daniels and Coke. But no, Jack Daniels makes some very, very good whiskey. So, and that leaves glass number two, Wild Turkey, 12 year, purple. So Wild Turkey 12 year takes the cake in this blind off. I kind of assume that because I think Wild Turkey 12 year is absolutely delicious. Like I said, I kicked myself for not getting the first batch when we put together a group, or when we put together an order within a smaller group. And the one I got didn't come with a tater box, which would have been nice to have up on display up there. Alas, I don't have one. So, but the the Battle of the 12 years, Wild Turkey 12 year was my second favorite nose. Wait, no, was it? Now I'm drawing a blank. I think it was my least favorite nose, but it was my first favorite palate, and I did guess it as being Wild Turkey. It just, like I said, I think you can go back and watch the video. I think I had mentioned a couple times when I came back to it, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Wild Turkey. But yeah, man, the Wild Turkey 12, one of the best values, I think, on secondary. Alternatively, the 70th, the 8-year 101 proof, which I think they're defaulting back to domestically. I'm going to guess it's probably not going to be as good, this 2025 release versus the 70th anniversary for Jimmy Russell. But, we can hope. But yeah, purple, Wild Turkey 12, number one. Japan, number one. That's a play on China, number one, if you guys didn't know that. So don't paint me as racist or a dick. Oh, baby. Should we mix them all together? This is probably a terrible idea. Got to give credit where credit is due. I would not normally do that, but I do watch Jason C., the Mash and Drum, and he does do that where he mixes the blinds. Let's see how this goes. A little bit Heaven Hill, a little bit Wild Turkey, a little bit Jack Daniels, a little bit Barton. All 12 plus years, so that means we're essentially, 48 years? 48-year whiskey, if you combine. They are better separate than they are together. Oof. Unfortunately, the Jack Daniels, that hard peanut, like the Jack Daniels note, kind of ekes out everything else in between. That's all I can taste. And I don't mean any hate to Jack Daniels. Like I said, I love Jack Daniels. Nose is nice, but that's all I get on the finish is the Jack Daniels note. It is the higher proof, and this is a very small amount to mix or blend. But yeah, the Jack that's pretty much all I taste is Jack Daniels, which is not a bad thing. It's just that it's better as just Jack Daniels 12 versus mixed with everything else. All right. I'm going to finish that on my own time. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Hit the like. If you're watching this after the fact, same thing. Hit the like, subscribe. If there's anything in particular you'd like me to see me try in the future, or blinds or reviews, etc., let me know. This is not my primary job. I don't want to give you the best notes or the best review ever. I just do this on the side for fun. Like I said, wife and kid are gone. I can be a little loud, have a little fun, and well, I don't know what to say, but I got a cat on my shirt, and I got man boobs too. What are you gonna do? The gabagool. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. And Wild Turkey 12, one of the best values on the secondary you can get. Not going to lie about that. Evan Williams, also good. Jack Daniels 12, also good. 1792 doesn't even have a secondary value. So if you see it on the shelf, go give it a try. Okay. All these are great. Like I said, I could have talked about Knob Creek 12. Knob Creek 12 for 50, 60, 70 bucks. It's fine. 100 proof. It's boring. Like I didn't put it in the blind. I wanted to, but it's boring. Same with Weller 12. It's 90 proof. It's fucking boring as fuck. Is it good for 90 proof? And if you can get it at $45? Absolutely. Is it good for the 200-ish it used to be on secondary, or even 150-ish now? No, not even close. I would take literally any of these over Weller 12. Maybe a hot take. I don't know. Weller 12, it's fine at retail. Not worth it. Not even close at secondary. Now you may be looking up here, the best of the whole Weller family, price per value, Weller Antique 107. And that's a big thank you to Marco for grabbing that when he was down in Kentucky. I'll be down in Kentucky in March, and I'm hoping to not spend as much money as I did in June of 2024. But I would like to come back with some nice things. But Weller Antique 107, whether it's the regular on the shelf one or a store pick, it's the best of the Weller lineup for bang for the buck. So if you buy it retail, 30, 40 bucks probably. If you buy it secondary, 100, 110. But Weller Antique of the Weller group is the best by far. Weller Full Proof, also very good. Secondary value has dropped significantly. It used to be $2 to $250, depending on the pick. It's now like $150 to $180, maybe $200 on a really good store pick. And Weller Full Proof still very, very good. But the Antique, it's by far one of the best values in secondary you can possibly get. Secret's out of the bag. Or I mean, what's the saying from Pineapple Express? Monkeys out of the bottle. Yeah, monkeys out of the bottle. James Franco. Go Google it. Anyway, I'm rambling. Sorry, that whiskey's hitting me now. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Have a good night. And like, subscribe, and tell me what your favorite whiskey is. I don't know. Comment and say what you want me to do next time. Other than your mom. I already did her. Later.